some interesting industry facts. And the first one is that prices of certain categories of cars are dropping. So which ones are dropping, as a matter of fact? And as we entered lockdown at the beginning of, or should I say the end of March, beginning of April, we started to see the prices of cars under 50,000 Rand begin to surge. And so we saw searches on AutoTrader's website steadily increase after its low at the beginning of lockdown. And then we saw a strange thing happen in May. There have been discounts for cars from between 10,000 and 40,000 Rand less than what they were selling for in March during the month of May. For an example, the Toyota Corolla with 89,000 kilometers, between 89,000 and 93,000 kilometers on the clock, is sold for an average of 228,000 Rand in March, and is now going for about 184,000 Rand in May. That's a 44,000 Rand reduction in price between March and May. And this also seems to be hitting the Bakkie segment, with the Isuzu KB as an example, between 132 and 134,000 kilometers on the clock, which sold for 11,000 Rand less than May versus March. It's a price drop from 223,000 Rand to about 212,000 Rand. And it doesn't end there, because the Ford Ranger, which is a pretty popular car, has recorded a reduction of approximately 10,000 Rand with a mileage of about 87,000 kilometers. Price dropped from 320,000 Rand to about 310,000 Rand March to May. So it seems as though the market is poised for a good deal. And if you are in the market for a good deal, now is the time to shop. Because AutoTrader anticipates price reductions like these to continue through the month of June. The entire market is down about 4.1% year on year, as recorded in our retail price index. And if you're considering to buy a used car, or were considering to buy a used car before lockdown and you still haven't, now is a good time to do that. Go and get yourself a used car. You're more than likely going to get a good deal. The prices are not going to be low in certain categories or segments forever. So go and check it out. And then we kept on talking about the surge in vehicles under 50,000 Rand. So what are those vehicles? Because many people asked me, well, what vehicles can you actually buy for 50,000 Rand? You know, what can you buy? I mean, 50,000 Rand is like $2,500, maybe $3,000. What can you buy for that kind of money? Well, let me tell you, the VW City, the City Golf, as a matter of fact, can be bought for under 50,000 Rand, a very popular car in its time. You can buy a BMW 3 Series for under 50,000 Rand, Opel Corsa for under 50,000 Rand, Opel Corsa Light, VW Polo, Ford Fiesta, Mercedes-Benz C-Class, an old Mercedes-Benz C-Class, you can get that for under 50,000 Rand. As well as the Atos Prime, the Chery QQ3, and the Renault Scenic. So go and check out autotrader.co.za. You can definitely find a deal for under 50,000 Rand. Yes, you're going to have to put up with a slightly higher mileage, but for instance, a BMW 3 Series is going for 36,615 Rand, for a Mercedes-Benz C-Class, and 37,000 Rand for a BMW 3 Series. And, if you really need to get from A to B, an under 50,000 Rand car is definitely the way to go. But what about the future? A study done says that there is cautious optimism for the motoring sector, and more than likely we will rebound during the year of 2021. But what will happen from now until 2021? So Deloitte did a survey, and there were 13 takeaways from this 2020 Deloitte's COVID-19 survey and the impact on the automotive value chain. And very briefly, to give you the high-level highlights, 91% of businesses will increase their prices towards the end of 2020 in this value chain. 53% of respondents out of the survey are hopeful that their business activities will revert back to normal, in inverted commas, in 2021. Respondents' immediate focus areas have been staff. 22% of respondents said that the immediate focus was staff. 13% said that suppliers were an immediate focus, and then 13% said customers were an immediate focus. The state of play of the automotive value chain was already under pressure before COVID-19, with 66% of the respondents reporting a decline in earnings. And I don't think that was everybody, or should I say everybody was affected by the COVID-19 and a national pandemic. 32% of respondents were already focusing on financial reserves and cost reductions, and 68% said that the primary focus for the region before COVID-19 was South Africa, and that was followed by non-African countries like Ghana and Nigeria. 87% of respondents indicated that less than a quarter of their staff can work remotely, which is a good thing, which tells me that, a bad thing, which tells me that it's been very difficult to make people in the automotive industry work remotely in this environment, and specifically car dealerships. It's very, very difficult to take a bricks and mortar store and make it a remote working environment. 5.5% had enough reserves to last them through the calendar year. Only 5.5% had enough reserves to last them through the calendar year. So fortunately, the industries are opening again, and it doesn't mean, or should I say, it means that the other 95% may just survive. 59% of these respondents anticipate product sales to drop by between 31 and 50% in comparison to 2019. So almost half the product sales drop. And with businesses being placed in a difficult financial position, I mean, I think we all know this, most respondents, 64% in fact, preferred an earnings cut to losing employees. So rather keep everybody on board and pay them less than losing employees, which I think is a really good human thing to do. And we're really lucky that there are some businesses in South Africa that have managed to pay all their employees all the way through this entire lockdown. 70 to 94% of respondents either agree or strongly agree that digital technologies are significantly impacting the value chain. Automotive digital retailing, in my opinion, and I've spoken a lot about it, is one of those. And 66 to 93% of respondents agree or strongly agree that they support digital transformation strategies, which means that we are going to soon see a lot of innovation on the internet.